Warriors, I want to talk about cyberbullying, not bullying, cyberbullying. I'm probably like you up until I became immersed in all of these subjects surrounding our children. I just thought bullying is commonplace. I thought it's what kids do. We have to teach our kids to be tough, to fight back appropriately, to report to an adult or a parent. But as I've become so involved with child safety issues, I realized that this cyberbullying is deadly. And let me explain. October is Bullying Prevention Awareness Month. Did you know that? Because I didn't really know it until somebody sent me something 2 days ago. And I thought, I'm not hearing this anywhere. And it's a very important issue. And let me explain why. We know that, and I did some studies, went through things before I decided to sit down and do a video. We know that 70% of children, 9 to 17, are affected by bullying. In particular, cyberbullying. You might say, what's cyberbullying? It's just the mistreatment of somebody online. So as all the kids, it's very elementary, have flooded onto the internet, are using these devices, some as their best friends, with access, again, 9 to 17 with 4 devices, phones, laptops, Chromebooks, just a regular computer. That increases the chances of cyberbullying. Again, people hiding behind a screen. Adults do it relentlessly, but let's focus on the kids right now. So I want to make you aware that October is National Bullying Prevention Month. I think all teachers need to be made aware. I think anybody who's around children, all family, members, not just your one child, one parent. It's a complete family digital partnership. That is what we need in 2022. Take it from me, because it is escalating and increasing right before us. So what are you going to do? What is this bullying? The problem with the bullying is so many children are so fragile. We do have this well-documented youth mental health crisis right now in the United States. They are drastically harming themselves. If they're bullied, they are drastically, some committing suicide. Let's talk about the case of Molly Russell in the UK. Molly, according to her parents, was a bright, happy, well-adjusted 11-year-old girl. In 2017, she had dinner with her parents, and the next morning, they found her dead in her bedroom. She committed suicide, 11 years old, 5 years ago. When they did research on her devices, they found out that she had been following many eating disorder apps and looking that up and researching and Googling, and also suicide. Now, remember, the internet for our children is an addiction. We're going to focus on kids here because everything I say, I kind of want to say, it's an addiction for many people, but children with their developing young brains, right? They're spending a lot of time on the internet, too much time. Reports of up to 11, 12 hours a day. I don't know how the kids are eating, sleeping, going to school, doing anything, but that just proves the point. Their world is online. So Molly Russell, it was just decided in a UK court a couple of days ago. The judge ruled, now this is very important, and this is a breakthrough because things are simmering up. We're starting to get some pushback, and every little bit will take, okay? The court ruled, the chief coroner ruled that yes, harmful online content contributed to the death of Molly Russell. We even had Prince William. Like him, don't like him. When we have somebody who can garner press attention, it's always a good thing, who spoke out and said, this has to stop. This has to be a priority, online safety for our children, not an afterthought. And Molly Russell's father is an advocate, and he's doing press, and he's talking about this, and he's relentless, and that's what we need. He's a warrior. And we all need to become warriors. So what exactly is this cyberbullying? Somebody calling, you have to decipher between harmful content and true bullying. And it's overwhelming, right? And I'm a little bit tired of hearing the excuse I've been hearing the last couple of weeks, I think almost on a daily basis, that, oh, the kids know so much more about the internet, or I don't know, and I'll let them figure it out, and let them do it for themselves. No way. No way, because the predators are winning. Okay. So when I tell you 70% of kids have been bullied online, this is twofold. We have to talk about kids that have been bullied, and we have to talk about kids doing the bullying. So you got to be realistic, right? You can't hide all this stuff. You have to open communication with your kids. First, some signs. Very simple. If your child starts acting differently, if all of a sudden they disconnect from any social media apps or online platforms, if they're not eating, if they're moping around, if they don't want to go to school, if they don't want to go out and meet any friends, just a whole different thing. Those are signs that something's going on, right? Now, what if your child's a bully? You better sit that child down and talk to them and tell them that this cyber bullying, this hiding behind a screen, can have consequences that last a lifetime. I talk to adults now that are still affected from things that happened in actual bullying, perhaps on a playground or in school, years, decades ago. So can you imagine this online bullying? And also, you've got to take this child who is doing the bullying and say there will be repercussions. And you need to. I can't really tell you how to parent. I can only make some suggestions, but you cannot allow your child to bully another child, because we have a lot of deadly consequences these days, and we just can't afford to lose one more child. So I want to direct you to a really good report. First of all, before we get into that, you need to, I tell you this all the time, you need to just talk to your child. But you need to create, whether your child's being bullied, you find out, or doing the bullying. You got to be on top of things, warriors. This family digital partnership, that this is online safety. However you craft it with your words, if you have a lot of, if it's difficult for you, you can always write to me, lynn@lynswarriors.org, and I can help you. Just that we're going to do ABC, and we're not going to do DEF on the internet in our home. Now remember, warriors, you own these devices. I'm sure you bought them for your kids. You pay for the internet. Start taking action. It is your duty as a parent or a caregiver to put safety protocols and measures in place. And if your child is doing that bullying, get that child help now. And it starts with you, because this can lead to many other things. There's a tremendous report. Our good friends, our partners at Bark, BARK.us, bark.us. Look for the little purple dog, like a dog bark. Bark is a monitoring company, and for a very nominal fee, they will monitor your children's devices. And they have two different programs. I don't make any money from this. I just believe in them, and I know the work they do, and they're good people. They're helping families. They're helping kids. And for a very nominal fee for the young ones, they will monitor text messages and apps and all that stuff that, frankly, you don't have time for. None of us do. And there's a couple of dollars more a month for the teens, but there is a 1-week free trial. So I suggest all of you take advantage of that 1-week free trial. Again, it's bark.us. It will be connected to your phone, and it will tell you if your child has received harmful content. Because, I was thinking today that I'm doing this late at night, but it was very early this morning, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, we have more information at our fingertips due to the fact that we have these devices. We have the internet for great for research. I don't want to give it back. It'll never go away because we now live in this digital world, genie out of the bottle. And we do have a lot of people talking about all of these child safety issues. We do have a lot of legislation we're working on and hoping this congressional session to put it into place, or at least begin with 1 or 2 of these safety measures, and things will snowball off of that. And we do have just a lot of talk, but things are getting worse, because as I sit here and tell you all of this, I would say to you about 1,200 CSAM, child sexual abuse images, were sent. I'm sorry, child sexual abuse material, I should say, CSAM, CSAM, were sent to the National Center on Missing and Exploited Children in Alexandria, Virginia, NCMEC, the home of the Amber Alert. Just while sitting here, 1,200 images. That's to one company, okay? You understand this is dire. I don't have to beat you over the head about it. You've got to take control in your own home and communities. You've got to talk to your children's schools. You've got to become a participant in the school boards. There's so many different issues swallowing everybody up. That my greatest fear happens where people just can't deal. Therefore, they do nothing. So October being National Bullying Prevention Month, we're going to start just thinking about it, talking about it. If you see your child doing any of these things, or if you see your child suffering, be on top of it. Because we don't want any more Molly Russells, a beautiful 11-year-old girl. Her parents, her family will never be the same. I urge all of you to share these videos, to talk about these issues, because I guarantee you, because I have people say, well, I don't want to bring that up because it'll plant the seed, the idea in my child's mind. The kids want to talk about it. I work with a lot of focus groups in schools, and once you gain their trust, every hand goes up. They do want to talk about it. They do want some suggestions. They do want some ideas. They do want us to listen. And who better than the parent, the grandparent, or the caregiver? So take my advice. Take what I'm telling you. Go to bark.us. Wonderful blog about cyberbullying. Answers all your questions. Easy to read. At your fingertips. Free resource. Take that information back into your home. Share it with your children. Share it with your family members. Because we don't want one more Molly Russell. Our precious children are our futures here in the United States. And we have to protect and preserve and empower, because that is a call of the warriors. Educate, engage, and empower. So remember, we're not going to let the predators win. We're not going to let the bullies win. We're going to take action. Each and every day, you're going to go out and be a warrior.